I think the first thing to think about is trust. Now, part of the reason we're having this leadership election, there was a breakdown in trust, and part of why I want to be Prime Minister is to restore trust.
Well, what did the former Chancellor have to say about a Prime Minister who's broken the law and repeatedly lied to the public and Parliament?
The Prime Minister has my total support, and that starts with being honest with people.
We've got a Brexit deal costing us £100 billion a year in lost output. British business crucified by Brexit red tape and costs. Chaos at our airports, chaos at our ports, unpicked fruit rotting in our fields, whilst the former Chancellor closes his eyes, sticks his fingers in his ears and goes la la la. And if all that's not bad enough, the Prime Minister now says his oven-ready deal is so terrible it's actually put the country in grave peril. And his own Brexit Opportunities Minister says implementing it in full would be
an act of self-harm.
Making sure we get a grip of inflation and not making the problem worse.
Well, imagine the shock when he finds out we've got the highest inflation in 40 years, the biggest drop in living standards since 1956, the biggest fall in wages since records began, and UK trade performance at its worst level on record. And guess who's been Chancellor for the last 3 years? But apparently he now has a plan.
Under your plans, we are predicted to have a recession.
Everyone knows that inflation is running much higher than we would like. But we're not alone in experiencing that. That's happening in Europe.
The UK has the highest inflation in the G7.
We need to take advantage of some of the freedoms we've got from Brexit. Those are the things that I started to deliver as Chancellor and I want to do more of. And free ports, for example, are a good example of that, where we can create zones around the country, which we couldn't do inside the EU.
Imagine his shock when he finds out free ports are actually allowed in the European Union. About 80 of them are based in EU countries. And he'll fall off his chair when he finds out that as a member of the trading bloc, the UK had 7 of them.
So just this month, we've already delivered a tax cut.
He's actually raised taxes to their highest level in 70 years. And even Larry the Cat knows the tax cut he's now trumpeting is just a partial reversal of yet another massive tax hike.
Just quickly on the NHS is really important, right? Because I did something that was clearly not easy for me politically, and that was to create a new way for us to fund the NHS and social care.
By giving us yet another massive tax hike, after we were told the Brexit he championed would allow us to
take back control of huge sums of money, £350 million a week, and spend it on our priorities, such as the NHS.
So much for a Brexit dividend.